Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Hey wife, did you know that Anchor is sponsoring our show?
Really? Don't we use Anchor to distribute our podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts?
Yeah, and we are on just about every other platform available as well, thanks to them.
Why do we use Anchor as our podcasting service?
Well, they make editing and distributing our show a breeze.
What if one of our listeners wants to start their own podcast?
Then they should head over to anchor.fm or download the app to get started.
Awesome! You guys should go do that right now! Husband!
Wife.
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
There was poetry.
There was, actually. I would call it less poetry and more an attempt at literary beauty.
Yeah, that.
An attempt.
Right. But it was overall pretty boring, actually.
I mean,
from what I recall.
There was a suicide.
Yeah, still.
Ahithophel had thrown in with Absalom, and then when his advice wasn't followed, he went ahead and offed himself.
Yeah.
And then Hushai was like, get all of Israel all together and let's go, attack!
Right.
And so, yeah, that's what they're doing.
Okay. So, that was 2 Samuel chapter...
I don't even know. Chapter 17.
And today we're doing 2 Samuel chapter 18.
Yeah.
All right, let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Oh my god, so you know how we decided to stop reading the headlines?
Yeah.
Because they're not part of the original Bible text or whatever?
Right.
Yeah, so I just had to scroll past it so that you don't accidentally look at it, and whoo, it's a doozy.
Okay. Well, good to know.
It's a spoiler.
Yeah.
I want to say
that's why we stopped doing it, so that there's spoilers. There's no spoilers.
I know,
yeah.
It's just that I want to say it's so bad.
Yeah.
I was like, oh dang, and then I couldn't say anything.
Right. Okay.
So, okay.
Yep.
2 Samuel chapter 18.
Okay. Let's find out what the spoilers all about, or the non-spoilers all about, huh?
It's a biggin.
Yeah.
It's a doozy.
Okay.
What do you think?
I have no idea.
Okay.
You
ready?
Yeah.
David now mustered the men who were with him and appointed generals and captains to lead them. He sent the troops out in 3 groups, placing one group under Joab, one under Joab's brother Abishai, son of Zeruiah, and one under Ittai, the man from Gath.
Okay.
You know, the man from Gath.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah. The king told his troops, I am going out with you. But his men objected strongly.
Yeah.
As well they should.
Right.
See? The captain does not go out on the away parties.
Okay. All right.
Okay?
Yep.
You must not go, they urged. If we have to turn and run, and even if half of us die, it will make no difference to Absalom's troops. They will be looking only for you. You are worth 10,000 of us, and it is better that you stay here in the town and send help if we need it.
Except for that they could send like 20 people around the back and be like, hey, we found you.
Surprise! Flanking. It's what we do.
Right?
If you think that's the best plan, I'll do it, the king answered. So he stood alongside the gate of the town as all the troops marched out in groups of hundreds and of thousands.
Okay.
So David sent out his 10,000s.
Right.
And the king gave this command to Joab, Abishai, and Ittai.
Okay.
For my sake, deal gently with young Absalom.
But he's coming at you with a larger army.
But it's still his son.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I get
All right.
it. He's like, just, don't like torture him or anything.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, he's bad, but if you're gonna kill him, make it quick or something.
Right.
Or maybe just don't kill him.
Right. Right.
I could see that.
Okay. All right.
And it's probably good he is staying back.
Okay.
So that his guys can take care of business without him watching,
Right.
without worrying that the king's going to be like, you're being too mean.
Right.
And all the troops heard the king give this order to his commanders. So the battle began in the forest of Ephraim, and the Israelite troops were beaten back by David's men. Yeah, go David.
Right.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of David. I don't know why I cheered for
Yeah, I
him
don't
just
know.
now. Really, I'm not a fan of either of these guys,
Right.
if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
There was a great slaughter that day. 20,000 men laid down their lives. The battle raged all across the countryside, and more men died because of the forest than were killed by the sword.
Because of the forest?
You know how those forests, they get you.
It's the fucking trees, man.
I
They're
mean,
killing us.
Think about the trees in The Wizard of Oz. They threw apples.
Right? Maybe that's what was going on.
They were throwing apples.
Maybe trees back then threw apples at people.
You don't know.
Yeah, I
You
don't know.
weren't there.
They did say earlier in the Bible not to chop down fruit trees. So maybe they were trying to attack the fruit trees.
See?
And the fruit trees were like, nah, man.
Nah.
We're good.
Or maybe they were like
we're gonna get you.
Maybe they were like the Ents from the Lord of the Rings.
Right.
And they picked up their roots and were like stepping on them or something.
Yeah. Maybe there was rats of what was it? Rats of incredible size.
Oh,
rats. of a
yeah.
what is that? What do they call them?
From The Princess Bride.
Yeah, I just can't remember exactly.
Rodents.
Rodents of unusual size.
Yeah.
Unusual size. Yeah.
The rodents.
They had some acronym for it, but I can't remember now. Like what the acronym was. It's been so long since I've seen the movie. Too long since I've seen the movie.
Yeah. We need to watch that again.
But yeah,
clearly.
Princess Bride. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't know what was happening here, but
No,
the trees were
but
problematic.
Or the rodents of unusual size.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the two.
Well, I mean, definitely, it said the trees were getting them.
Yeah.
They died because of the trees.
Fucking trees. Goddamn.
I
Trees
mean,
are always killing us.
Except for they help us breathe.
Right, there's
So,
that. No, I'm partial to trees, actually.
If I had to choose between trees and people, I'm going to choose trees every goddamn time. During the battle, Absalom happened to come upon some of David's men. He tried to escape on his mule. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
But as he rode beneath the thick branches of a great tree...
Did the tree kill him?
His hair got caught in the tree!
That fucking hair.
Remember I told you a couple chapters ago? Oh, just put the hair.
Right, yeah.
Watch out for the hair. The hair's going to come back.
Right, yeah.
Oh, I have had this sitting on me for a couple chapters now. Because of the research that I did.
Right.
I accidentally came upon this. Oh, it feels so good to get it out.
Yeah.
His hair got caught in the trees.
Yeah, the fucking...
His mule kept going and left him dangling in the air.
Oh my god, he's like literally being hung by his hair.
One of David's men saw what had happened and told Joab, I saw Absalom dangling from a great tree. What? Joab demanded.
Wouldn't you just be dying laughing?
I am dying laughing.
No, I mean, like, yeah, but I mean, like, if you saw that in person, like, what the fuck, man?
What kind of soldier are you?
Right? Yeah.
So Joab's like, you saw him there and you didn't kill him? I would have rewarded you with 10 pieces of silver and a hero's belt. Like, God, what is wrong with you?
Right?
He's just hanging there by his hair.
Yeah.
I would not kill the king's son for even 1,000 pieces of silver, the man replied to Joab.
Right.
We all heard the king say to you and Abishai and Ittai, for my sake, please spare young Absalom.
Right.
And if I had betrayed the king by killing his son, and the king would certainly find out who did it, you yourself would be the first to abandon me.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's smart.
Yeah, he is.
He's like, I just passing the fucking message, dude.
Right.
You want to kill him? You go kill him.
Right.
It's not like he's running away. He's just hanging around. Enough of this nonsense, Joab said. Then he took 3 daggers and plunged them into Absalom's heart as he dangled, still alive in the great tree.
Oh, shit. Joab's like, fuck you for burning my fucking barley, man.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get you.
He's got some resentment for that dude.
Yeah, he does. This was not just a matter of...
No, this was about the barley, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Burn my field down. Because I didn't return your text. Fuck
your
you.
just dessert here, man.
your hair.
Yeah.
10 of Joab's young armor bearers then surrounded Absalom and killed him.
Wait, the 3 daggers to the heart didn't do it?
He was bleeding out.
Oh, okay.
And then they were like, now we got permission to kill him quick.
Yeah.
Just get him.
Yeah, okay.
He's still hanging there by his hair.
That's awful. What a fucking horrible way to die. But I mean, kind of the vanity about the hair kind of, I mean, I don't know.
The whole
it's
thing.
It's like what do they call that gun? The Chekhov's gun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the hair thing. Is
they
just
hung the hair on the mantle. If you hang the hair on the mantle, you have to pull the trigger at some point in the story.
Yeah.
Yep. Then Joab blew the ram's horn, and the men returned from chasing the army of Israel. They threw Absalom's body into a deep pit in the forest and piled a great heap of stones over it.
Damn, they're not even going to bring the body back to his dad?
I think they should.
Right? Like, that's kind of crazy.
He got killed in war, and his hair is still, some of it's in that tree still over there. And all Israel fled to their homes. Yeah, they did.
If you're hanging there and somebody leaves you there, I mean, you have a sword, right?
I have a sword. I'm cutting
that shit,
my hair
right?
off. Yep.
Yeah.
During his lifetime, Absalom had built a monument to himself.
Wow.
As you do.
Yeah.
In the King's Valley.
I always build monuments to myself. They're all over the fucking place.
You know what? I build monuments to things like stickers. I have a box full of stickers. And I build monuments to toys. Like, I have toys on my desk.
Books.
I have a monument to books that's made of books.
Like, literally on our desk in front of us is like a stack of
Kurt
Vonnegut and
books.
George Orwell books.
Yep.
And Little Mermaid, of course.
Of course.
And Mark Twain.
Because those go together.
Yeah, I mean...
And then Heidi is on top.
Right.
We're nothing if not eclectic.
Right, yeah.
Anyway, so he had built a monument to himself in the King's Valley, for he said, I have no son to carry on my name.
Wait, but
and I'm awesome.
Wait, who's that?
This is Absalom.
Oh, okay,
He's got no son, so he built himself a monument.
All right.
Because I'm awesome.
Got it.
Because I'm Batman.
Right.
He named the monument after himself, and it is known as Absalom's Monument.
Is it still there to this day?
To this day! Then Zadok's son Ahimaaz said, let me just run over to the king with the good news that the Lord has rescued him from his enemies. No, Joab said.
I mean, why would you kill him? And I don't understand. It doesn't make sense.
It would not be good news to the king that his son is dead.
Then why did you kill him, you dumb fuck?
You can be my messenger another time, but not today. I mean,
what, are they just going to lie to him about his son dying?
I think he's got to break the news gently, not by some random little messenger guy.
Okay.
I think he doesn't want to be like, he was dangling. Like, that's so...
I think he's like, he was pissed off because he burned his barley and he killed the fucker. And then now he's trying to come up with some story, or he's going to lie.
He's going to say he was killed in war, and I'm so sorry that happened, king friend
of
mine.
He's certainly not going to tell him that he was dangling by his hair and he killed him.
Right.
Because...
that is not what you want the messenger to
But
pass
there was
the
way
message.
too many witnesses to, like, try to pass this off, you know?
I know. Then Joab said to a man from Ethiopia, go tell the king what you have seen. What?
Well, but they just thought he told somebody not to...
Don't tell him. Go tell him.
Right? That's weird.
Okay. The man bowed and ran off. But Ahimaaz continued to plead with Joab. Whatever happens, please let me go too. He is so eager to go say, your son is dead, your son is dead, your son is dead.
Something like that. That's weird.
Why should you go, my son? Joab replied. There will be no reward for your news.
Right.
I would not want to be the messenger. David likes to cut heads off.
He's like, I'm going to send this dude from Ethiopia because he might die. So we're going to test it out with him. You don't need to go.
Yeah.
He's like, I like you. This guy's, he's just from Ethiopia.
Yeah,
whatever.
We don't care about foreigners.
Right, yeah.
Fuck a foreigner, right?
Yeah, right.
Oh, this is gross.
Yeah.
I mean...
like, why would they mention that he's from Ethiopia?
Yeah.
You know? Like, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, like, on the one hand, I appreciate that he's trying to protect somebody that he hypothetically cares about in some way.
Sure.
And Also, along with that, I understand sending somebody that you know less well to go be the bearer of bad news that's going to get killed.
Right.
But to on purpose send somebody to their death, and on top of that, you're only sending this guy because he's from afar, is so fucking racist and gross.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, well, I gotta send somebody to die. Might as well be, I don't know, somebody from Ethiopia, I guess.
Right.
I mean...
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yep.
That was a good catch. I didn't put that together.
Right.
Privilege and whatnot.
Sure.
Distance from the story.
Yeah.
Yes, but let me go anyway, the dude begged. Joab finally said, all right, go ahead.
So this guy's going to die.
Dum-dum.
This guy's going to die, right?
He's got to, right?
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
He's so eager to be the
bearer of bad news.
Have you not heard of David who beheads fucking messengers?
Right.
I've heard of him.
Yeah.
Oof. So Ahimaaz took the less demanding route by way of the plain and ran to Manaheim ahead of the Ethiopian. Oh my god, he's so fucking eager. You know what? He kind of deserves to die because he's a little bit of a douche.
Yeah.
While David was sitting between the inner and outer gates of the town, the watchman climbed to the roof of the gateway by the wall. As he looked, he saw a lone man running toward them. He shouted the news down to David, and the king replied, If he is alone, he has news. As the messenger came closer, the watchman saw another man running toward them.
Oh, God.
He shouted down, Here comes another one!
Now they're going to kill him.
The king replied, He also will have news? The first man runs like Ahimaaz, son of Zadok, the watchman said.
They know what people run like? Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, I know the way Tom Cruise runs. He's famous for his run.
That's true. Maybe he has a special run. Maybe
your brother has a special run.
He does. He does. It's special.
Sometimes people, you just know the way they run.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
He is a good man and comes with good news, the king replied. Then Ahimaaz cried out to the king, Everything's all right!
What?
He bowed before the king with his face to the ground and said, I'm so excited. Praise to the Lord your God, who has handed over the rebels who dare to stand against my lord the king.
Oh, you don't know what you're talking about, dude.
This is so
bad.
bad.
Are you really this thick?
He is stupid.
Right?
What about young Absalom, the king demanded. Is he all right?
No, he's dead.
Ahimaaz replied, When Joab told me to come, there was a lot of commotion, but I didn't know what was happening. What? You were so fucking excited to go.
Yeah, you wanted to tell him so bad.
And now you're wimping out?
Right?
It's like it just finally occurred to you. Oh, shit, that's your son I'm talking about.
Right,
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe
it
just occurred to him, yeah.
Wait here, the king told him. So Ahimaaz stepped aside. Then the man from Ethiopia arrived and said, I have good news from my lord the king. Today the Lord has rescued you from all those who rebelled against you.
Yeah.
But what about young Absalom? The king demanded. Is he all right? And the Ethiopian replied, May all your enemies, my lord the king, both now and in the future, share the fate of that young man.
Oh, that was the wrong words.
That was the wrong words.
Those were not correct.
The king was overcome with emotion. He went up to the room over the gateway and burst into tears. And as he went, he cried out the title of a book we know now today, Oh, my son Absalom, my son Absalom, if only I had died instead of you. Oh, Absalom, my son, my son.
Ah, so there's where it comes from, the loss of his son.
Yeah.
I guess. Okay. That makes sense, actually.
Also the end.
Okay. Got it. He didn't kill the messenger. I'm impressed.
Not yet, anyway.
He's grown, maybe.
That's the end of that chapter. We don't know.
Right.
He might, start the next chapter with, oh, and he chopped off the head of both guys.
Right. But Joab, dude, that guy killed him because of his fucking barley burning. I'm telling you. This is what that's about.
And I'm sorry. In those times, fair.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
In those times.
Right.
In this book. In this story.
I guess.
Fair.
Right. Plus, he was like... Your hair, dude. Your fucking hair. You deserve this.
I can't with you.
Right, yeah.
Oh, could you imagine?
No.
And the moral of the story is cut your fucking hair so it doesn't get tangled in the fucking
maybe that's
trees.
why militaries have short hair. Because of Absalom.
I mean, they have short hair for reasons of it not getting caught, but not specifically because of Absalom.
But it would be funny if they called... maybe the Jewish army in Israel... has a rule called the Absalom rule.
The Rule of Absalom. Oh my God. I mean, this book is funny sometimes.
I mean, it's sad that people die, but it's so many thousands of years ago that it just doesn't really matter all that much. It
doesn't hit the same as, like, say, I don't know, when you find out somebody that you care about or your neighbor.
Right.
You know?
Now, when you read about, like, in my opinion, when you read about rape and stuff like that, that stuff still hits hard.
It will always.
That's just too
That's cruel.
Disgusting and awful.
It's cruel.
But, like,
a random
war and murder, like, okay, what it's distant.
It's to be expected,
right?
And I don't know, yeah.
But murder is different sometimes. Like when Abraham was going to murder his son, that was
but that involved children.
Yeah,
that's why.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna always be partial to women and children.
Right.
That's always gonna feel gross because they have no say in how their lives go.
Yeah.
And they're just passing through life trying to get along.
Right.
Like, let me just live another day.
Yep.
Whereas men always are the ones who decide the fates of the world.
Yep. Speaking of deciding the fates of the world, I'm going to decide that we're going to wrap this show up here.
Okay. I just wasn't quite done laughing because
Absalom
died.
Yeah.
And then he died of his hair. So you can see why I was, like, really excited to get that out, right?
Yeah, no, that was good stuff.
I mean, I knew that he was going to die because of his hair and dangling from a tree.
And then you saw the title in today's chapter and you're like, oh.
Here
Speaking of which, we were covering the titles what was the title?
The Death of Absalom.
Oh, okay.
So, right. I mean.
So, yeah.
It was straightforward, but it's like, here's where the hair comes in.
Right. And you knew.
I knew.
How he died.
Yeah.
So, okay.
It's really rough knowing stuff ahead of time in this book because it
spoils things.
It does. It spoils things.
Hell, even the titles of the chapter spoils things.
Yeah.
You can't even read this without being, like, given away, so.
I know. It's terrible.
Yep.
So,
all right.
Okay,
well, that was 2 Samuel chapter 18.
It was, and tomorrow we'll be back for 2 Samuel chapter 19.
All right, we'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep. We have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.